Hello and welcome. You're watching Revsportz 12 p.m. show. I'm Rohit Juglaan, and in this video, yes, we'll talk about the UAE victory, but not all about that. This video will be about the match winners, more specifically, the player of the match. We'll talk about Kuldeep Yadav. I'll give you some behind the scenes stuff. A little meeting with him in the airport. You can see the visuals and quite an animated chat between both of us. I'll talk about it, later in the video, that what's it all about. Then I had a chat in the ICC Academy, and it was a lot about the football stuff and the other things. But we'll talk about that also. And after that, it will not only be about Kuldeep Yadav, but the important selections from Gautam Gambhir in last 1 year, or you can say in last 15 months. The way he has selected players, and I'm not talking about the red ball. There were players he picked for the red ball cricket, and some of them did really well. But specifically in T20 cricket, if you look at the pick and choose of Gautam Gambhir, you'll find that you know uh, you'll give a pat on the back. Yes, there were some fan bases, specifically in social media, and they are acting like a trollers now, because whoever is sitting outside and whoever he picks, it's not about who is he picking, it's all about who is sitting out, and then everyone is going against Gautam Gambhir, and Captain Surya Kumar Yadav, that if Sanju is, then why Arshdeep is out? If Arshdeep, if suppose, let's take this scenario, that if Arshdeep was in and suppose Bumrah was out or a Kuldeep Yadav was out, then everyone will be like, why Kuldeep is out, why Bumrah is out, how much rest for them, how much rest for this. So this is now getting, this is now getting where you can easily understand that it's not constructive criticism, it's not something which is always been talked about, but it is rather creating a false narrative. So we don't want to touch that topic much, but we'll definitely talk about the selections of Gautam Gambhir and the way this team looks to prepare a player, uh, you know at a skill which is little underrated, like Shivam Dube, the bowler. uh, I don't know how many of you, or how many of everyone who knows cricket will vouch for Shivam Dube, the bowler. But this team, the way Shivam told in press conference, I'll come to that later. But as I said, that this story will be about India's victory. We all know, of 9 wickets win, and more importantly, you win with 93 balls, if I'm not wrong, 93 balls to spare. That's a lot. T20 cricket, it's huge. 93 balls. So it's a big victory, and it's a straight message to all the teams that you have to see that India is having a different kind of quality. Lal Chand Rajput, the coach of UAE, he didn't hesitate a bit, and he said that the class, I asked the question to Shivam Dube, and he said that I can't talk about class because it won't be right. But Lal Chand Rajput, the UAE coach, he talked about this, and he said about the difference, the kind of skill level. It was very prominent as far as this game was concerned. And he said to me that they were overawed by Shubman Gill, Hardik Pandya, Jasprit Bumrah, Surya Kumar Yadav. He named these players because I asked him that it's a phase of transition. There are no Virat Kohlis, there are no Rohit Sharmas. So are they still in any kind of awe? And if you see these cricketers, they haven't played, means what? No one has played for 10 years now. But the skill level is that, the talent is that, the kind of cricket they are playing, be it a Jasprit Bumrah, already a goat. You see a Hardik Pandya, number one. You see a Shubman Gill, he's the flag bearer of Indian cricket for from here to next 10 years, 15 years. And you look at a Surya Kumar Yadav, means where consistency meets his kind of strike rate, his kind of batting madness, and you say, wow, what a player. We have always thought that a strike rate of 170, 180 can't be attained with an average of more than 35 or 40. But this guy can do it. And that's what Surya Kumar Yadav does. So they were overawed. So yeah, there is a lot to talk about. But let's come up to the hero of the match, the player of the match, and it's none other than Kuldeep Yadav. It's been a difficult phase for him for last 2-3 months, and I'm saying difficult because everyone wants to play. But on the other side, when you see a lot of players not getting chances, and you see their family members speaking to the media, and not everyone likes that. But this guy, and it's been part of his journey, uh, playing for India since now what, more than 8 years now. And still, if you see T20s, I don't think there were a lot of T20s where he been consistent part of the T20 setup, test setup. We all know, not even played 20 test matches. Uh, I'm little unsure on 15 also, and he made his debut in 2017 as far as Test cricket is concerned. And after, Ravi Shastri said that he'll be your number one bowler overseas, no, nothing has happened after that. And then ODI, we all know that yes, there were some ups and there were some downs. But in between these times, I never saw him in any kind of, where you can say that, oh, this guy is sulking now. This guy he has negative vibes around it. Never it happened in England. He was always there. He was doing the batting practices. He was doing the bowling practice. He was there all days of practice. I can't remember anything where Kuldeep Yadav missing out on a practice session. He was there in Beckenham, day in day out. He was there in each and every day's practice. Even the practice session were considered being as optional sessions. Yes, I know that he's not part of the squad, so he can come up. But one test match, two test match, three, four, five, and in between, after the Lord's test match, there was an optional session in Beckenham also. KL Rahul was not part of that. You talk about the earlier sessions when the test series is still to start. There were sessions in Beckenham, and he was there in part of every session. So I don't remember him. And then the involvement. Then you see the involvement. You see players, they are not getting their chances, and they were sitting right at one corner. And I see him. I always, I posted this in Twitter also, that he was very active part of this team. Traveled to England, and he was always with suggestions to Shubman Gill. You can watch the picture also, and I've used the different locations also, that what he's doing in Headingley, what he's doing in Birmingham, what he's doing in Lords, what he's doing in Oval. So he was always chipping in as far as the wickets are concerned. He saw the wicket, he tells something to Ravindra Jadeja, tells something to Shubman Gill, and that's how he was, playing an active role. He was sitting out, but suggestions, because yes, he is also the part of, one. He's somewhere, you can say that he is also a senior guy in this team. So yes, a lot of learnings from Ashwin, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel, each one of them, and then sharing his thoughts. So that's where the active participation comes from, and that's not new for him. You talk about earlier series also. In the 2021 series, he was part of the series. Didn't get a single game, but never. As I said, that he was never someone who was, you can say, that creating those negative vibes in the dressing room. So, and kept on working hard, and you can see the results. In Hindi they say that सच्चे दिल से की हुई मेहनत कभी खाली हाथ नहीं लौटती. And that's what Kuldeep Yadav for you. He worked hard, and the results are here. But I remember, and he's someone, I remember I'd done one interview with him at his own house. He built a new house, and I was there in 2022, and he told me that how important role Rohit Sharma has played in his comeback. And he told to me that at this point of time, he's looking very confident. And I asked him this question, that Kuldeep bhai, you are a player who needs confidence. There are certain players in cricket field who needs confidence, who needs a arm over their shoulder, and the captain saying to them that I'm here. You just go with the flow. You just do what you want to do. And Rishabh does it really well. Rohit Sharma does it really well, and now Surya Kumar Yadav. So I remember this conversation with him, and he somewhere agreed to this. He has his points, but he was somewhere agreed to this, that yes, that's a part. And the way when he was coming out from the airport, I'm talking about 4th of this month, 4th of September, and he was coming out with Harshit Rana, Abhishek Sharma, Rinku Singh and him. And I just had a little chat around his new football channel, Full to Football, and he has just completed a show last evening when he was in Delhi, I think on 3rd. And we were discussing about his channel, that what is he doing, how he can improve. and he asked me that how's it going. You can listen to the video by the bite also of his video. So there he's saying that kaisa chal raha hai. And then I was there with my suggestion. So that's the body language. What I want to say here is just the body language of this guy will tells you that what he's feeling at that point of time. And then I remember day two of the practice session. On fifth they had the first day one of the practice session, and then day two, when he completed his practice session, he was coming for the refreshments and just a chat around the practice, the training, each and everything. And after that we had this discussion that Lamine Yamal, he said, he told about his favorite, his best playing 11. And I said to him that there is no Iniesta, there is no Xavi, there is no Sergio Busquets in his playing 11, all time playing 11. He has chosen, and he said to me that he's still a young player. And that's how the conversation went ahead. But what this conversation tells you, why I'm telling you this conversation tells you that what kind of a mental space he is in. You can see his Instagram posts, you can see his Instagram stories to tell you that how Kuldeep Yadav is feeling at this point of time. That's my point is about Kuldeep Yadav, the personality, about how he's feeling at this point of time. And when I saw him doing this, I knew somewhere that it's been communicated to him that he will be an important part of this Asia Cup T20 tournament. His body language tell you, the way he speaks, the way he walks, the way he chirps, the way he include himself in a banter with you, that tells you the whole story, that what Kuldeep Yadav is feeling at this point of time. And that's why you see this kind of performance. Three dismissals in an over, with three different kind of deliveries. The way he bowled to Harshit, that was a freakish delivery. Means I remember not the similar kind of delivery, but the way he bamboozled Rachan Ravindra. And that all of us knew that what happened on that particular day. There were two drop catches of Rachan Ravindra on that particular match, and then Kuldeep Yadav with that absolute, what you can call absolute a magic delivery. And then today also against Harshit, and then you saw the dismissal of Wasim. They're one of their, apart from Asif, Wasim is one of their proper batter, and he can do the damage. And then Rahul also, and then one at the last, I think. So the way he picked those wickets, the way he's tossing up from the very first over, it gives you a clear idea that what Kuldeep Yadav is thinking at this point of time. And where does it come from? It comes from a leader like Surya Kumar Yadav, and then a head coach like Gautam Gambhir. You can say that why he was not part of the England series, but Gautam Gambhir, I saw him in England. There were clear communications coming from Gautam Gambhir. I saw him doing that multiple times, long chats with Kuldeep Yadav. And when he was having this long chats, we were thinking that could be a game for Kuldeep Yadav, could be a game in Lords, could be a game in Manchester or in Oval. Hasn't happened there. But the communication, I think now I can easily understand that the communication he was having at this point of time, he was always trying to communicate that what we are thinking and why you are not, being an absolute champion bowler, why we are not able to include you into the 11. So that was the clear communication. Now at this point of time, when the chatter is happening, we can again get that what he is saying to him, what Gautam Gambhir is absolutely communicating with him after watching this first game. He was oozing with confidence. The body language looks superb. And that's why I want to put this point, that why at this point of time Gautam Gambhir is really important. It's a very early time to say what Gautam Gambhir's legacy will be. But the way he is, commanding, or the way he is going forward, it looks like you'll remember Gautam Gambhir with someone who can give you a lot of batters who can bowl, who can give you that similar kind of team which we used to have in late 2000s and early 2011s, 12s, where you have multiple bowling options. In between, you didn't have that at all. Remember a 2021 World Cup, remember a 2022 T20 World Cup. We were searching for bowlers apart from our four or five bowlers. And there was no sixth, there was no seventh. At that point of time, we were kept on asking each other whether a Shreyas Iyer can bowl. I remember I asked this to Surya Kumar Yadav once, in a press conference, that uh, how about you bowling some overs? And he said that if team needs me, I'll do that happily. And now he's building someone like a Tilak Verma, he's building someone like a Abhishek Sharma, he's building someone like a Rinku Singh, now a Shivam Dube. I started on the very start of this video. I told you that no one much believe in Shivam Dube's bowling, but the way these two guys handled him, the way these two communicated that with him, I think that play a very important role. The way Mone Mokal doesn't get the due credit, but the way he worked with Nitish Kumar Reddy, the way he worked with, now what Shivam Dube told us, that during that England series before Champions Trophy this year, he gave him certain ideas that how he can bowl a little wider to the stumps, and the way he can work on the short ball stuff and different things. With run up also, he has some little tweaks in his run up, and that's how you see a Shivam Dube doing really well. That's how you can see a Nitish Kumar Reddy doing really well as far as bowling is concerned. Remember that first innings of Lords, two quick wickets and things started rolling down. So, that could be the legacy, still very early days. There's still a way to go, only completed 1 year, but there is still way to go, as I said. And you will remember Gautam Gambhir for all these things. So at this point of, and the way he chosen players, bringing back Varun Chakravarti after what had happened in 2021, post 2021 World Cup, he was literally vanished, and then bringing him back first in KKR, the way he overshadowed Sunil Narine, a bowler like Sunil Narine. And after that, coming to the Indian cricket team and the way he delivered in Champions Trophy. Look at that wicket of Travis Head in Australia again versus Australia. So bringing back Varun Chakravarti, giving confidence to a Sanju Samson, that played a huge part for Sanju Samson to perform. And he said himself in multiple interviews that this is the kind of confidence I was looking for, and these guys gave it to me. So a lot of credit where it's due. A lot of credit to head coach Gautam Gambhir. A lot of credit to this captain Surya Kumar Yadav, trusting in the players, trusting in the instinct of your head coach, and then a lot of credit obviously to the players also. That's what I find from this first T20. I'm not, looking very much into it at this point of time as far as the performance are concerned, because there are some good teams also. You'll have a better competition in the later part of the tournament, and then you will when you'll face a South Africa, or when you will face a New Zealand, or for that matter Australia in the T20 World Cup, it will be a different game altogether. But for that, you need to have some base covered, and this team is on its way. This is Rohit Juglaan signing out. Thank you so much.